Welcome back. In the last video we fixed the sidebar modules. So when we select the month of the year or the categories, WordPress then filters down the blog posts to what we've selected. So in this video we're going to create the archive.php, which is going to be the template which controls the look of the blog when we select on any of these archives. To get started, head over to brackets or your text editor and then create a new page and save this page as archive.php. Make sure that's in the project directory. We're going to use the single.php as a starting point. So select all, copy, and then paste this back into our new page, which is the archive, and save that. And then back to the top of the page, we're going to create the comment. So the comment we need is we're going to call this the template for displaying archive pages. Okay, and save that. So the page is going to look pretty much the same when we click on the archives as when we've clicked on the blog post to take a look at the full view. So we don't need to do anything in the archives template for now, but we do want to go into the functions page and make sure that the text over the featured area is changed back to Tranquil Spa official blog. But we're going to do something a little bit different this time. We're going to add a little bit more PHP, which will display just underneath the text, and it will show us which category we've selected or which month we're displaying. So back into the text editor and go over to the functions.php, and then it should be at the end of your functions page. We should have the feature text function, and we're going to continue this section with another else if statement just after the last one. So type in else if, and then the condition and the curly braces. So the condition that we want to check is if the page is archive, and if it is, we're going to echo out to the browser to start with the same text of Tranquil Spa official blog. So we can copy and paste that. So as we mentioned before, underneath the text we're going to put a new line. So this line is going to show the month for the category that we're displaying. So to make sure it goes on the next line, I'm just going to echo out a break tag. And make sure this goes between quotations, just like that. So to start with, we're going to echo out the category or the tag name, and we'll do that by typing single term title. And then the text we want to appear before the title is browsing, and then the colon and a space. So let's save that and see how that's looking. Refresh the browser. So now we've got the Tranquil Spa official blog text, then the break tag, and straight afterwards we've got the browsing text that we just put in. And the browsing text is then followed by the category, which is currently offers. So let's click on news and check that's working. So now we've got the news section, and we'll just try one more. So promotions. Okay, good. So now that was pretty straightforward to get that in there, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult to pull in the month of the post, but I'll show you how to do that now. So first of all, we need to put in another if statement, which checks if the archive has been filtered by the current month. So within the brackets, if is month, and then the brackets afterwards, then create the curly braces. So to get started, we need to find out which month of the year it currently is. So I'm going to store that into a variable. So the $, and we'll call this variable the month num, and let's set this equal to get underscore query underscore var, and then in brackets, in the parentheses and the quotations, we're going to pull in the month number and then a semicolon at the end there. Okay, so next we're going to create two variables, one for the month and one for the year. So we'll start with the month. I'm going to set that equal to the PHP date And the first parameter we're going to pass it in is the format. So the format that we want to return is a capital F, which returns a current month in the long form, such as January or February, and then separated by a comma. And then next we want to return the Unix timestamp. We're going to do that by typing in mk time, and then we need to pass in some parameters. So the first one is the hour, so we don't need to put anything in there. The second one is the minute, so again that's 0. The third one is the second, so that's going to be 0. And the fourth one is for the month. So because we've created a variable called month num, we can just copy that and we can paste that in, and that should return the current month. And then we'll create the year variable. So year is going to be equal to, and we'll do the same as the month number. So get query var, and this time we'll pass in the word year and semicolon at the end. So now we've created two variables with the month and the year. We need to echo these to the browser. So echo, first of all, the text, which is going to be posts from, with a space straight after. And then the period to add the variable. So the first one is going to be the month. And then we'll add on a space. So put the single quotes with one space in between. And then we'll add on the last variable, which was the year, with a semicolon, and hit save, and then head over to WordPress and refresh. So we'll select one of the archives and see if this is working. Okay, that looks good. We've got the posts from text, and then we've added on the month variable, and then the variable for the year. So let's just check the August ones and see if that's working. Okay, so that all appears to be working correctly. We've got the post showing from the current month. We've also got the categories or the current tag showing. So now if you join me in the next video, we'll continue with the website by adding the latest news page.